Thomas Muller gets first MLS goal in dramatic fashion. So dramatic, in fact, accusations are flying against Major League Soccer. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for being here. We are kicking off the rest of the world schedule and closing out MLS. Thought it was a great time now to start pumping out videos regularly. Of course, we'll focus on a lot of the Americans and the American players, even if they're playing abroad. But hey, a lot of Americans are fans of the leagues overseas, whether it's Bundesliga or EPL or what have you. So, but I wanted to share this with you because this is something that's going around. Well, in sports in general, I don't know if it's more camera angles where it sure seems like quality is declining. Then you bring in everything you can do with betting nowadays with the simply having your smartphone in your hand, and it gets kind of wild. I was watching Fulham and Man United today, and there was a terrible call that was actually made like 3 minutes later because VAR was replaying it while the game was going on that gave Man U a penalty kick. Bruno missed it, which I think is karma because if you make that call, then basically there should be a PK on every single corner kick ever. In addition, a player for Man U was doing the exact same thing, literally a yard away from the foul. But then later on in the game, Man U got its goal to go up 1-0 by shoving the defender in the back, who now is almost down on the ground and cannot jump. And the player who did the shoving heads the ball into the goal. So there's that inconsistency too. But then we had this. Now, I'm going to show you the call that led to the PK, which is really what I want to get in about. But I'm going to show the PK as well because I don't know, this is a pet peeve for me, but this to me is one of the worst. Like this truly does break the rules, and that is the whole stopping starting nonsense. And you see players do a whole bunch of weird, elaborate trips to the ball, shall we say, and come close to stopping and all that. But for me, let me know if you find this different, but for me, Muller actually comes to a complete stop. Right there, that is a complete stop. I don't care if it might seem like his back leg is maybe moving slightly, but boom, he stops right there, folks. Like I just that call really annoys me. So I'm curious what you all think. I don't think that I'm alone in that. I think a lot of people are fed up with this kind of stuff, and it's just go take your shot. But now here is the actual call that got the PK. And keep in mind, I think this was in the 104th minute of this game. Like this is the end of the game. Now you can watch the two players running, Vancouver and St. Louis, basically in the middle of your screen, running into the box, the edge of the box. And check this out. That's called, folks. That right there you go. I'll show it one more time and then I'll slow it down. Um, yeah, that is actually the call that led to Thomas Muller's first goal and a victory for Vancouver. Now, you watch the St. Louis player. I'm not sure who that is here. He does nothing, but he's just running behind him. He's running behind him, and the Vancouver player, I think, might have hit his knee behind, and then he clips himself and he sends himself to the ground. There's in no way in any universe that should ever be a penalty kick, especially not in a tie game on basically the final play of the match. Like I said, he tripped over himself. We've got must have been the wind. A lot of people say, hey, you can see him get. Yeah, yeah. He got ripped for that, by the way, San Diego. I won't go into all of the comments, but St. Louis got robbed. Embarrassing officiating as always. Your league is a joke. Clear match fixing for the big stars you sign. The fact that call happens at that time in the game with that score line shows that MLS wants to create views and clicks around these big names. I guess then I'm falling for it here by talking to you. No wonder the MLS is a laughing stock. Clear match fixing. This league doesn't have any credibility when you engage in match fixing. I would maybe expect this of a third world nation or league, but in North America, this simply shouldn't happen. There's no excuse. Call it what it is. Blatant match fixing and corruption, absolutely disgraced. Rigged to give Muller a trash highlight on his debut. This was written into his contract. MLS should be embarrassed. Genuinely embarrassing. Two of the softest penalties I've seen in my life, while no similar treatment on the other side. Even their coach apologized, but you've got your marketing tweet. We might have all witnessed literal match fixing tonight. And he goes, I won't read anymore because I think you get the gist now. People are kind of fed up with all of this stuff. And tactical manager says here, MLS fans crashing out because MLS does what's best for MLS will never not be funny. The league owns all teams and only wants to make money. Why would you expect it to be fair? I hate to say I told you so, but I told you so. He's responding to this, where he says, my wife and I started watching MLS to support a local team. Following teams from across the world just wasn't doing it for me anymore. Um, Unfortunately, my wife and I are too invested, but loyal fans like Tom, who spend their hard-earned money to travel to away games, have every right to feel like this. If nothing changes, more loyal fans will simply stop buying into this plastic garbage. So I'm curious what all of you think of this. Now, look, obviously MLS is not alone in terrible calls. I couldn't find a clip of it because the game was a little earlier today. I just told you about the horrific officiating in Man U and Fulham that clearly impacted the outcome of the game. We see it all the time. I just saw a video of the NBA and some of the calls, and there were guys are literally holding the ball and just w- walking within baby steps. They take 4, 5, 6, 7 steps and then and so it's not just MLS, but it does seem in this instance that MLS has kind of hit a line for a lot of people in terms of how they feel and how they view the sport. And again, it is unique in that MLS owns the franchises. So anyway, I'm curious what you all think in the comments below. Are you even watching MLS at this point? What do you think about the schedule change when if they move to playing when all the other leagues play? Well, I'll probably do an updated video on that, and we'll see where that goes. But let me know your thoughts on this in the comments below and that call. Do me a favor as we start to build momentum with the channel. I'm trying. I'm really trying to be consistent and get at least a few videos a week. Please do me a favor and hit the like button, smash that subscribe button as well. Let YouTube know that people are enjoying these videos and they should show it to more of them. So anyway, I'm going to leave it there. Go have a fantastic day. I will talk to you in the next video.